I remember the day it happened. For me, it was just about a week ago. I woke up to see that thing outside my window. When I tried to point it out to my wife, she claimed not to see it. My kids didn't either. I thought about calling into work over it, but then I heard someone else outside talk about the head. I went to work, where it turned out more people had also seen the head. For some reason, only certain people could see it. I felt validated. The day went by, and we just kind of got used to seeing it. Then the news finally caught on to the story. I remembered hearing the horrific screaming of the head, seeing the sky change, and a rainbow of floating heads appearing. The next thing I remember was falling, and I landed on soft ground, but it wasn't soft like sand. It was like landing on flesh. If I pushed down, I could feel something hard under it. I think I'm only alive because I fell maybe 10 feet. I described the terrain, but the rest was just dark and empty. There were no plants, no animals besides the heads I saw drifting by. Just endless, starry sky. Time was hard to gauge. If it wasn't for the fact my watch had the date on it, I wouldn't have known how long I was there. The first day was about finding water and other survivors. I wandered in the same direction. I didn't find any water, but I did find people. They were dead. They all looked like they had had a similar cause of death, blunt impact with the ground. I theorized that some people fell from higher points than others. But I never ran into another person who only fell 10 feet. I got very lucky that some people had water bottles that were partially filled. It was better than nothing. It was about a week of walking when I found two things. The first was the largest concentration of bodies I'd seen so far. It looked like hundreds, maybe 1,000, all in a pile, like a mountain of death. Next to the pile at the top was that goddamn head. I think it was sleeping. What drove me to attempt trying to grab onto it, I think, was a moment of madness brought on by the sight of that mountain of bodies. I don't even remember scaling it. My last memory was standing on top of a corpse and leaping towards the head. I think my logic was, if I failed, at least I died trying to get home. I had grabbed onto the head. It was then I heard it. The same noise it made a week ago. Suddenly it was daytime. I looked down to see wherever the head was. It was above a lake and starting to rise. I let go and fell into the water. I watched it descend further. Once it was a few hundred feet in the air, it made another vocalization. I don't know what it said. I just knew I was home. I came to in a hospital where I found out that what had been a week in the head realm had been 36 years here. I'm still adjusting to that. I don't think the head actually intended to hurt anyone. I think whatever those TV people did startled it, and it reacted like a startled animal would. They should have just left the thing alone.